America began. So I won't have to repeat myself. Let's see what you already know, then I can take a little breather. How did America start? How did it come to be? Sebastian, can you help some of us? How did America start? Christopher Columbus. You gotta talk loud, you can talk loud.
Christopher Columbus sailed the seas and found America, which was their native America.
Did anybody hear that? Excellent. Christopher Columbus sailed the seas and found America, and there were Indians there. That's great. Just saying. He thought he was someplace else, but anyway.
Well, if you think he didn't
I
actually
thought it was a bunch of pirates that discovered America.
As far as in the history books, as far as the English speakers, we don't give them credit. You're right. Okay, you want to say something, please? Who's Christopher Columbus? Christopher Columbus is a gentleman who was a Spaniard. He lived in Spain a long time ago in 14 something something. He left his country to head to the country of India for trading, and on the waters the ship ended up on the east coast of what is now
Haiti?
America.
No.
Okay, Sebastian, what else you want to
I
say?
thought he went to sea to work on other ways.
Of course, well, when I was in school, I actually had books like this. This book talks about people praying and God and all that. And in the book that I had, he was looking for the Indian coast. He was looking for the trading in India. But those are things that we can research and straighten out later. I want to talk about America. What else happened? Anybody else know what else happened? Okay, I'm going to give you another hand, but let me hear from Julia. And then, that's cool. So she knows the names of the three ships. Can you say it a little louder? The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria was sailing. Somewhere a teacher taught me a song. That's all I know to sing. It was the Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria. Okay, but did he actually find the land he was looking for? No. But we're thankful he landed on America. You have something to say about how America started? Okay, so let's speed ahead. That's in the book here somewhere. The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria, they sailed and they found a place. So let's forward ahead. There were some people in a country. Put your hand down. Let me get back to you. There were some people living in a country called Great Britain, which was England. Has anybody ever heard of King George III of Great Britain?
Yeah.
Anybody knows anything about King George III of Great Britain?
Yeah.
I'm going to hear from both of you, but I'm going to go there first and then there. What do you know about King George? Shh. This is not talk time, this is listen. Sarah, listen. What do you know? You have to speak loudly.
He was a king.
Yes.
And he also was part of a world.
And what just tell us what you know. Just go test. You're just happy for what you know. He was the king. He did what?
He charged people over like tea and stuff.
He did. King George was what you could call a tyrant. He was not a nice guy. King George III. Now, King George III ruled in what we call Great Britain or England. England is in here, right? There were some people a long time ago who wanted to worship the one and true God. Now, in England, there was such a thing as the state church, or the church of the state. I'll try to keep it simple. And in England, you were supposed to go to the church where they told you to go to. You were supposed to worship the God that He said you would worship that church, you would go there. Do you want somebody to tell you what church to go to and what God to worship and how to worship? Oh, that was weak. Do you want somebody to tell you what to worship, how to worship, and where to go to worship?
No!
Okay. Do you want to have religious freedom?
Yes!
All right.
Yeah.
So, that's why you have a First Amendment right. And the First Amendment right is freedom of
Religion.
right. So what we're doing, I know we're kind of going backwards. We've already gone forward, now we got to go backwards, but the people came to talk to you, had their program, and so I tried to go with them. In England, you did not have the right to worship where you want to worship. You did not have the right to worship in the church that your heart and where your beliefs were. So there were people called pilgrims. Anybody heard that word? You heard that word called pilgrims? Puritans. Okay. Puritans, pilgrims, and Puritans come to New England. And let me tell you, does anybody know why it was called the New England? And I got to back myself. Because this is not the biggest world map I have, but this is one I brought. England is on this side of the water, and we're on this side of the water, the new. So this is the old England over here, where the Puritans and the Pilgrims were told, you will go to the church that King George says you will go to, or else we will arrest you. And that's what happened. People could not worship how and when they wanted to, and they wanted to worship the true and living God. So this chapter says, Pilgrims and Puritans come to New England. Well, they had to leave where they were because they couldn't worship the way they wanted to. This says, many English people suffered for their religion. The soldiers are taking people to prison. Did they do a crime? I can hear you. No. Why were the king's men and soldiers taking people to prison?
Because
Tell us, Sebastian. Why were these people going to prison? Say it. Oh, I'm sorry. I called your name. You may speak.
because the King George was not a nice person, didn't let them have freedom of religion.
Right. So the people who came to talk to us about freedom of religion, they told you that happened before these people came to New England, but that's okay. So what we're trying to do is kind of backtrack. Why do we have a constitution? Why do we have a New England? Why do we have a Bill of Rights? Why do we have a Declaration of Independence? Why do we talk about founding fathers? Because people had to leave where they were to go to someplace else so they could get the freedoms that they wanted. So, a law was passed in England that everyone must belong to the Church of England. So, under King George, you had to belong to the Church of England. And if you didn't belong to the Church of England, you were arrested. How would you like somebody to tell you you cannot go to the church of, where are we?
England?
No, where are we?
Where's Britain?
Where do you live?
Dalton, Mass.
You cannot go to the church of Dalton, Mass.
Island.
And if you go to the church of Dalton, Mass, they're going to put you in prison. And you say, but I didn't commit any crime, I didn't do anything. I don't care. You must go to the church of Dalton, Massachusetts, or you will be arrested. So, what kind of feelings? What does that make you want to do?
Leave.
Leave. Did you say leave?
Myself.
Excellent. You want to leave. So that's why the Puritans and the Pilgrims got on ships and came to America. There's a very famous man named William Bradford. Okay, what do you know about William Bradford? Help me with that. William Bradford, he did not go along with King. No, the name is up here. G-E-R. He says William Bradford was one of the Protestants who was not a member of the Church of England. And then tell you where he lived. When he was only 17, the minister of his church was arrested. And when William heard the people talking about arresting people, he said, if we stay here in England, we will all be arrested. We must leave England. All right? So let's just skip ahead. Now, so the Puritans and the Pilgrims got on ships. Wasn't easy. No modern steamers the way we have now. No air-conditioned big ships. They were on rough seas with old-fashioned ships with sails, and it was somewhat dangerous. Everybody on ships like this may not have made it. From England to the new land. Now the new land became known as the 13 original colonies. Everybody say 13 original colonies. So the people from England who came over to America and called it New England. Isn't that interesting? They left England and they came over and it's called New England, which sounds okay, I guess. And then they divided themselves into 13 colonies. And we call them the 13 original colonies. But they came over to America for religious rise of freedom, to worship the God. But it was hard. Okay, this picture shows, it says, a hard winter at Plymouth. Now Plymouth was over here. I wish I had my American map. I don't have my American map.
There's one over there.
I know it's way over there. But Plymouth, maybe I have to go get it. Plymouth was on the East Coast. It's where the Pilgrims set up, but it was hard. And this was a new land for them. And Pilgrims and Puritans died because of the harsh winter. So when you travel to a new land, it may not be necessarily easy, right, Ms. Pickle? You may not know what to do, but God was good to them. They're actually on their knees in this picture, which is a public school textbook, which I'm sure they threw out, and they're shorting the Pilgrims down and they're praying and they're thanking God for safe landing. They're asking God to bless their new land and to bless their colony, and the Lord God did bless them because he sent them Indians to help them to know how to survive in their new land and to grow crop and to do all that. All of this is before the Constitution, by the way. All of this is before some of the stuff that you already went through and talked about. But I thought we need to do some of the background so you know how we got to making a new Constitution, new laws. All right, any questions? Anybody ever heard of the Pilgrims? The Puritans? Anybody want to talk about it a little bit? Oh yes, you must help me. I need help. It's Thursday. What do you want to say, darling? Willow? Oh, you're just stretching. What do you want to say, Josephine? Have you heard of the first Thanksgiving? Okay, who helped the new settlers with the first Thanksgiving? Indians. So we still have Thanksgiving Day. We might want to remember to thank them. Yeah.
I'm going to go to lecture.
I can't read lips.
I'm going to go to a lecture. Okay.
Oh yeah, go to a class. That's good. But thank you for helping us. Come back anytime.
Oh,
And we're looking forward to a great time. Great time this afternoon. Spunky will be in this room, right? This is Spunky.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that clown. I hear it's pretty good.
Please don't let us down, guys. When we plan things,
I haven't seen him yet.
him who?
The clown.
Well, tell Spunky to get on with it.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen his show yet.
We're waiting for him.
Yeah, I hear he's good.
He better be. 3:15, we're expecting Mr. Spunky. He's a clown.
I hear he's good, but I haven't seen
I heard
him. Oh,
it's not a class, it's a fun time. Can you tell the kids it's going to be a fun time?
Oh yeah, this clown's pretty good.
He's
I believe he's a real clown too.
I think so.
Yeah.
And there'll be cotton candy.
Either that or jam sandwiches.
No.
Two slices of bread and
No.
jam together.
No.
Either that or cotton candy. You just gotta make it. Okay.
He might bring his cotton candy machine, all right?
Yeah.
All right, thank you,
Good chance.
Mrs. Punky.
All right, we'll see you then.
So, I'm gonna go get, okay, so the New England was the result of the Old England. And as I told you, it was divided into colonies, and there were 13 original colonies. Hold on, guys, hold on. Does anybody know any of the 13 original colonies? Because that piece has fallen off. Does anybody know any names of the 13 original colonies? Hands! Yay, Ashton.
I don't know if I'm correct, I'm probably not even near correct, but I'm guessing one of them is Pennsylvania.
Not exactly, but thanks for trying. Try again.
Wait, was it more like on the bottom right corner?
What state are you sitting in? What state?
Massachusetts.
Ah, it's one of them. All right, you got another one to give me?
I was asking if it was in like the bottom right for a reason. I was gonna say Florida.
Let me tell you, I'm going to have to get my map. Joshua, can you help me? I need to go behind you. There's a picture of the, if you can get that United States map for me. Just take it down and I'll put it back up. Thank you, sir. I had the 13 original colonies on the back of one of those blackboards, but they fell off. Okay, and there's another expert here. The 13 original colonies, I'm going to take the United States map and have you look at over here what's called the East Coast.
Oh, that's really close.
Your United States of America has a West Coast and you have an East Coast. The Pilgrims and the Puritans landed here. And I think we're calling it Plymouth Rock area. Somewhere here they landed, okay?
Very end of Massachusetts.
So your 13 original colonies are over here. So we have Massachusetts, Sebastian, they're over here. They're not named in the county. And I had them cut out and on the back of this one, but it's not there anymore. Give me the name of another one, I'll come back to you. Sebastian. I'm gonna name another 13 original colony. That's not what I'm asking. Can you name another? Maine. We got two. I'll get back to you. Leo. New Hampshire. We got three. Ashton.
I doubt that I'm right, but Rhode Island?
Rhode Island. Don't touch yourself. Ooh, I can count. I looked before.
That's four.
Franklin. Virginia. No. It was early on settled, but it wasn't part of the 13. But Emily, you got one? Sebastian?
Washington.
No, Washington is way late. But thanks for trying. Julia? Pardon? Connecticut? Yes. So that's 6. Maybe. Sebastian?
Kentucky.
No. That's later. Let me see if it's listed in this book. I don't have, and then I'm going to have Miss Mickle help me out. If I don't have my map. Miss Mickle, you got all 13 of them? It might be in here.
Mrs. Craft.
Uh-oh, I think I found them. Give me. Yes. They're here. They're on this page. Any others?
How many are there? 13.
Well, Boston is not the state. But Boston is inside of
He went there, but.
All right, here we go. You ready? The 13 original English colonies are, ready? Can I have a drum roll? Cut! New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York. It lists Pennsylvania.
No, it's not New York.
Yeah, Pennsylvania was founded in the 1600s.
It's listed. New Jersey,
Pretty sure.
Delaware, Virginia's listed.
No, that's not the original 13. It's all the little ones that are all in this one section where we're standing. This whole section in here, and things were not, the borders were not the way they are now.
Exactly.
Massachusetts really was way up into Maine. So there's a lot of colonies. The colonies were not states at the moment. They were just groups of people who were living in different areas. And they came up with their own name and their own, able to, their own government, as a matter of fact.
Cool. All right, anything else you want to help me out with? Come on up.
One of the things that happened is once the colonies, this is a long time after the Mayflower. Mayflower was 1620, and when was the Declaration of Independence signed? 1776. So it's a long time later. So what happened is they were establishing their own government, they were trying to cooperate with each other, and then King George made other kinds of demands. That if you read a newspaper, you had to have a tax on the paper. If you bought tea, you had to have a tax that was paid to England. So a lot of taxes that were put on things that we use every day. So you couldn't go to the store and buy a newspaper without paying a tax. You couldn't buy a tea without a tax. So England started imposing lots and lots of restrictions on freedom. So they finally got to the place where there were two groups of people, just similar to what, a divide that would, some of the people wanted to leave English rule because we were underneath King George. We were not supposed to be alone. So a lot of people said, we don't want to do that anymore. There's too many taxes, there's too many restrictions, we can't own land, we can't do a lot of things. We have to listen to George. A lot of stuff was sent over there and it was taxed. You won't be able to do your own things. There were people who were loyalists and they believed that we would still should belong to England. So those two people were at odds. But the people who were patriots, the people who would like to have freedom, those are the